2% zero sum game. Those who have missed the class, I am repeating. So the payoff matrix has m number of rows and n number of columns. There are two players playing a particular mathematical game. So the payoff matrix has m into n number of elements, m number of row, and number of columns. For player A, there are m number of strategy, namely strategy 1, strategy 2, strategy AM, m number of strategy. Similarly, for the player B, there are n number of strategy. There are strategy B1, strategy B2, and strategy Bn. Okay, so this A and B are two players' name, and strategy you are naming as A1, A2, AM, and B1, B2, Bn. And these are pure strategy. Pure means so no probability is introduced here. Pure. Once probability is introduced, so we say it is mixed. There is some chance. For example, so here either you are using strategy 1 or strategy 2 or strategy M. So if you are using suppose A1, chance of using A1 equal to 1. Okay, you will use or may not use. Okay, so you will not use something like A1 or A2 or AM. But if you are using the strategy like say A1, A2, A3, chances individually you can say P1, P2 up to PM, then this are sum equal to 1. But here the probability is exactly equal to 1. Okay, whether he will use that strategy or not. Okay, if he's using it is 1, if he's not using it is 0. Okay, here chance is either 1 or 0. Okay, so when it is something like fraction, maybe half or 1/3 or 2/3, etc. So we'll say something about the mixed strategy. We'll discuss about that. So we're discussing about some problem, how to select whether this is how to find whether it is a stable game or a unstable game. So if it is stable, how to find the value of the game and what is the saddle point, etc. So we have discussed few problem. Problem 1 we have completed. So also problem 2 we have completed. So we are coming to this is a important theorem. So we can discuss also as a problem. So we'll discuss about the slide number 21 etc. onward. Okay. Up to yesterday we have discussed about slide number 20. That is a problem, we can say also a theorem. This theorem basically known as minimax theorem. Minimax theorem. This theorem is used to find the saddle point of a game, and also using this we can check whether the game is stable or unstable. We are talking about 2% zero sum game. So we want to show that. So here first minimize with respect to J. Minimize with respect to J. Then maximize with respect to I. Whatever the value, this is always less than equal to first maximize with respect to I. Okay. So then minimize with respect to J. So of Aij. Aij is nothing but the element ith row jth column elements of the payoff matrix. This, so the max mean is always less than equal to minimax value. The minimax is always more and max mean is always less. Okay. So if both are becoming equal, then you can say the game is stable. The game is stable. Okay. So now we like to prove it. So max mean of Aij is less than equal to minimax of Aij. Okay. So how to prove? Now see this matrix, this pair of matrix of size m row and n column. There are exactly m number of row and n number of column. Now let me say I am considering the ith row. Ith row, I may be 1 or maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe m. Ith row. So with respect to ith row, so we are minimizing the ith row elements. We are minimizing over j. So we are minimizing over j. J means this, if I am considering this first row, then we'll check the first column element, second column element, then the last column, this nth column elements. So we'll minimize with respect to j of the ith row. This value, whatever we are finding, we are naming as Ri. So Ri equal to ith row, that is minimizing over j of Aij. Okay, this is Ri. This I varies from 1 to m. You are able to hear? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We are minimizing row wise. First row we have taken. We got the minimum. Let me say it is R1. Second row we have taken. We got the minimum. Let me say R2. Then similarly, we have taken the mth row. This minimum equal to Rn. After finding all the minimum, then there are, say, m such elements with respect to m number of row. Then we maximize these elements. We are maximizing over I because there are, say, m such elements. We are maximizing over I. Whatever the maximum, we are naming this is equal to small r. This is equal to small r. Any problem? Hello?
No, sir. No, sir. No problem.
Okay, no problem. So whatever we are maximizing, so this is becoming R. So first we have taken a row-wise minimum. The minimum values are R1, R2, Rm. So after minimizing the row-wise, then we are maximizing. Okay, then we are maximizing. So that value is becoming R. So whatever is given in the left-hand side of this equation, maximizing over I, then minimizing over j. First minimizing over j, then maximizing over I, Aij. This is actually becoming our small r, left-hand side. Now we'll talk about the right-hand side. See, now what we'll do? There are, say, n such column. We'll consider the first column. Then with respect to the first column elements, so we'll maximizing over the row. Row means there are, say, m number of row. We are maximizing. Take first column elements, maximizing first column element. So the maximum value. So maximizing over I, Aij. This is becoming Cj. So for first column, it is C1. For second column, it is C2. For the nth column, it is Cn. We have got n such element. So after finding the maximum value, then say there are such columns we are minimizing over J, like say C1, C2 up to Cn. Say whatever the minimum we are getting, that is becoming our small c. We got the earlier we have got R, that is we say that is the max min value, and this is the so minimax value. First we are taking maximum, then minimum, minimax. So as a result, so we have got the value of C. C is the value of the inequality in the right hand side. So R is the value in the left hand side. Okay, this. The left hand side, whatever value we have got, that is equal to our R. The right hand side, whatever the value we have got, that is equal to C. So you can say R is less than equal to C. Okay. So now you have to prove it in this manner. So as you know, the Aij, this Aij, that is the ith row, jth column element of the payoff matrix. So Aij, this Aij is nothing but the ith row and jth column element of the payoff matrix. So in Aij, as you know, this Aij, so jth column is involved. The jth column is involved. This Aij, since it is the elements of the jth column, this is certainly less than or equal to Cj. This Aij, since it is the jth column element, so jth column element, as you know, so the jth column element all are less than or equal to Cj. So since it is Aij, it is also the elements of the jth column. This I can write Aij is less than or equal to Cj. Similarly, if you compare the left hand side, so this Ri, the Ri is nothing but the so minimum element in the ith row. Aij in the Aij, ith row is involved. Okay, this is the this Ri, since it is the minimum element, this Ri has to be less than or equal to Aij. So what we have observed, this Ri is less than or equal to Aij and which is less than or equal to Cj. Ri less than or equal to Aij, less than or equal to Cj. So now what we are going to do? So if you compare, so this Ri, you can write this Ri also. So Ri and Cj, see, if you talk about the maximum value of Ri, this maximum value of Ri, so this maximum value of Ri, this maximum value of Ri means this maximum value of Ri, so the element, whatever we are getting, that we want to maximize for this Ri, the Ri has to be less than or equal to Cj for all j. We are saying maximum of Ri is less than or equal to Cj for all j. Okay. Similarly, you can write also here. So if you want to include, so minimum also, you can write maximum of Ri is less than or equal to minimum of Cj. I am repeating here. So this this Ri is less than equal to Cj. So we can write here maximum of Ri is less than equal to Cj. Similarly, maximum of Ri also can write minimum of Cj. Okay, that's nothing but R is less than equal to C, which is nothing but our inequality. So that we can see here this max mean value of Aij. Max mean value of Aij is always less than equal to minimax value of Aij. If they are becoming equal, then we say the game is stable. If it is unequal, then the game is unstable. Okay, this. Now we'll talk about the solution. If game is stable, we have discussed how to find the solution. If game is unstable, we do not know how to find the solution. Game is unstable. Okay, so game is unstable, we are looking for the solution. Okay, see the payoff matrix. The payoff matrix is size of m row and n column. M number of row because the player A has m number of strategy and player B has n number of strategy. Mathematically, we are speaking, the game is unstable. Unstable means the pure strategy cannot be used to solve the game. So we have to use the mixed strategy. What is the mixed strategy? Means here we have to assign some probability distribution, okay, over this set of strategy. How to define the probability distribution over the strategy? Say the player A using strategy A1, A2, A3 up to AM. Player A is using, and similarly player B is using strategy B1, B2 up to Bn. Okay, so we are going to introduce some probability distribution. Some probability distribution. Of course, they are discrete, not continuous distribution in this manner. So let me say probability of using strategy A1 equal to P1. Probability of using strategy A1 equal to P1. This P1 is a positive quantity. It is less than 1 and greater than 0. Similarly, so this P1 we can name as so x1, small x1, because here so we are going to introduce a linear programming. So instead of PQ, it is better if you can use so variable like small x1, small x2, small xm. Similarly, small y1, small y2, small yn. So probability of using strategy A1 equal to x1. This x1 in the linear programming, as you know, this x1, these variables, primal variables and dual variables are non-negative. So similarly, this x1 is non-negative. So generally, x1, that is, we say here, it cannot be, of course, 0. So here, if I am using 0, there is no harm in the linear programming, but we have to find out this x1 greater than 0 and less than 1. Similarly, probability of using strategy A2 equal to x2, and this x2 is, since it is probability, it is less than 1, greater than 0. Similarly, probability of using strategy AM equal to xm, strategy AM equal to xm, this xm is less than 1 and greater than 0. So similarly, for the player B, we define the probability in this manner. Probability of using strategy B1 equal to y1. This y1 is less than 0, sorry, less than 1, greater than 0. Probability of using strategy b2 equal to y2. y2 is less than 1, greater than 0. Similarly, probability of using strategy bn equal to yn. This yn is less than 1 and greater than 0. This, since it is probability, so all are, we are saying they are positive quantity. Positive quantity. Okay. And what else? So here itself we can write x1 plus x2 plus x3 up to xm. Their sum, since it is probability, equal to 1. x1 plus x2 plus x3 up to xm equal to 1. Similarly, for the player B, this probability, something like say y1 plus y2 up to yn, their sum equal to 1, and each of them are positive quantity. So all the x and y can we use something like the primal and dual variable of a linear programming problem. This x1, x2, xm, you can name as the primal variables. y1, y2, yn, you can name as the dual variables of a linear programming problem. So we have defined. So, but earlier restriction for the linear programming problem, their sum was not equal to 1. But here, the extra condition we have imposed, their sum, something like their sum small x1 small x2 up to small xm equal to 1. Similarly, for the dual variables y1, y2 up to yn, their sum equal to 1. This is the distribution we have introduced. So we proceed further. In this constraint, minimax criteria says a given player should select mixed strategy. Why mixed strategy? Because since the game is unstable, pure strategy cannot be used. So the player has to use mixed strategy. Say one player, one is A, another is B. What A wants? A wants to maximize his minimum expected gain. Purpose of the player A to maximize the minimum expected gain. Maximize the minimum expected gain. Why it is maximize then minimize? Maximize the minimum. So first he is finding the minimum. Then whatever the minimum, that one he wants to maximize. Okay. Say, for example, somebody is interested to maximize his profit. So he will see how much it is possible. Let us say, so in some moment he is getting profit is suppose say $1,000. So then profit is $3,000. Then $5,000. So he want to maximize. He is maximize the minimum. So 3, 4, 5, etc. maximize. So maximize the minimum. What is he is expecting? So at least 3. At least 3 minimum. At least 3. 3 means 3, 4, 5. So I am talking about the minimum. So then he want to maximize as much as possible. Maximize the minimum expected gain. That is the aim of the player A. Similarly, the player A, one is trying to maximize his gain, maximize his minimum expected gain. Other is trying to minimize the maximum loss, maximum expected loss to him. So one is interested to minimize the loss. Another is interested to maximize the gain. So instead of loss and gain, we are saying expected loss or expected gain. Expected, because why expected? Because probability distribution is involved. So you know how to define the expectation. So here also the expectation is nothing but, we can say here, summation over
XI PXI.
yes, xi pxi. So here of course, so the xi and pxi, so but here we have some payoff matrix, the elements aij, and with respect to elements we have some sort of, we have defined so xi and yj. So this xi and yj will come to the picture. So P and Q we are not using, so we are using xi and yj. So with respect to xi and yj, so we will involve aij so that we can find rho I is the expected gain or expected loss. Okay, so
Sir,
yes,
how do we distribute the probability? It is not uniform, right? So how do we get XI, YI?
so these are the unknown we have to find, depends on the payoff matrix. Okay, so I will just, okay, these are the unknowns. I am coming to the, say, a small example so that you will be able to understand this. See here, this. So this is 2 and -3, and here -3 and 4. I have already told this is not a stable game. This is an unstable game. Do you accept this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So since it is an unstable game, it has no saddle point. If there is a saddle point, then it is a stable game. Then we can find the value of the game. Instead of finding the value of the game, we'll find the value of the, that is expected value of the game. Okay. This first element is A11. Okay. The second element is A12 row wise. Then the second row, that is second row elements A21 and A22. There are 4 elements. Okay. So with respect to two player A and B, we have defined what? We have defined the probability distribution. So what is that? Probability of using strategy 1 equal to x1. Okay. Probability of using strategy 2 equal to x2 for player A. Similarly, for player B, probability of using strategy what? Strategy 1 for player B equal
Is
to
Y1
and
and B
Y2.
for 2 is Y2.
Y2. And what else extra condition? Y1 plus Y2 equal to 1. And similarly, X1 plus X2 equal to 1. And there, in fact, cannot be 0. They are positive. If I am saying greater than or equal to 0, it is true, because the linear programming format say all variables are non-negative. I can write this. Now, see, row wise, I am finding, see, if the player B is playing his first strategy, player B is playing his first strategy. Okay. What is the gain or loss to the player A? So some gain or some loss. Now we are going to calculate. What is the expected? Of course, for A we are talking about the gain. For B we are talking about the loss. Okay, right? You can say it also in other manner, no harm, because you are saying if it is positive, it is a gain for A. If it is negative, it is a gain for B. So this is the way we differentiate gain or loss. So now with respect to the first column, you can see here x1, x2 for A, and the first column B has already played his first strategy. What is the gain for the player A? Okay, so this game, since it is 2 by 2, since it is a 2 by 2, it is an ideal game. So it is one row or one column cannot be used, cannot be considered, or cannot be used to find the value of the game, because we are talking about the expected value of the game. Okay, now what will happen? So twice into x1 minus 3 into x2, this quantity equal to our new. What is new? New is the value of the game. Okay, right? So if it is other than 2 by 2, something else will write, but exactly equal to new, because 2 by 2 both has to be new with the value of the game. Now similarly, if the player B using his second strategy, what will happen? Then we'll have simply minus 3 into x1 plus 4 into x2 equal to new, right? Now we
Yes,
got two equation. Right hand side is new. How to solve? So we can write. So you can try to solve also. 2x1. Please write down 2x1 minus 3x2. 2x1 minus 3x2. Okay, equal to minus 3x1 plus 4x2. Okay, so what we have got here? Say 2x1 minus 3x2. Then we have minus 3x2 minus 3x2. Sorry, minus 3x1 plus 4x2. So bring one side. So if you bring one side x1, so you have here, so 2 plus 3, so 5x1. So this will be equal to, what is that? 5x1, this will be
7x2.
7x2. 5x1, okay, equal to 7x2. Okay. And what is the extra condition? Extra condition is x1 plus x2 equal to 1. 5x1 equal to 7x2. Okay. So x1 plus x2 equal to 1. Now what is the value of x1 and what is the value of x2? Now tell me.
7 by 12 x1, 5 by 12 x2.
Okay. 7 by 12 x. Okay.
And 5 by 12.
5 by. Okay. So now you are saying 7 by 12 x1, then 5 by 12 x2. So 7 into 2, how much? Okay.
14.
14 by 12. Then here, so minus 3 into 5, 15 by 12. So now add together. How much?
Minus 1 by 12.
Minus 1 by 12. 1 by 12. Now about the second column. So what will happen? So minus 3 into, yes, 7
by.
How much? So
minus 21.
Minus 21 by 12 and 4 into 5. Okay.
20 by 12.
So altogether
minus 1 by 12.
Minus 1 by 12 minus 1 by 12. Now this together I told this is the value of the new. Now what is the value of the game? What is the value of the game? Not value of the game. What is the expected value of the game? Minus 1 by 12. Okay. Minus 1 by 12. So if it is minus, it is a sense of which
loss.
It is loss for A, it is a gain for B. Okay, right? So see here what you have learned, A is trying to gain as much as possible. B is trying to minimize his loss. Okay, trying to minimize his loss. Okay, so this, what is the, so we have told, so we have learned here the strategy A1 and A2. What is the probability of using strategy A1? That is 7 by 2, 12, it just told. Now strategy A2, 5 by 12, 5 by 12. Now see, this is this matrix as you observe, 2, 4, minus 3, minus 3. Okay, 2, 4, minus 3, minus 3. So it is a symmetric game. Symmetric or not symmetric? Symmetric. It is a symmetric game. For the symmetric game, we must get symmetric answer. Okay, we must get symmetric answer. Now we have not completed the answer, so we have got the expected value of the game equal to minus 1 by 12. Okay, minus 1 by 12. So with respect to this, again I am analyzing for the player B. Now if player A is playing his first strategy, what is the loss or gain to player B? So that will be twice into y1 minus thrice into y2 equal to nu. If the player A is playing his second strategy, then so what is the gain or loss? That is minus 3 into y1 plus 4 into y2 equal to nu. This nu, both sides you can, nu is there, so you can write twice y1 minus thrice y2 equal to thrice y1 plus 4y2, both are equal. So as a result, you can write here, so 5y1 equal to, 5y1 equal to how much?
7y2.
7y2.
Exactly.
Whatever exactly same, since it is symmetric, so we have got a symmetric answer. Okay. Now here in this example, there are many things we have to, since it is 2 by 2, we are not applying the linear programming. Okay. The reason is obvious. Why? Because if you are simply saying the game is stable, not unstable, game is stable, either one row or one column remain, because we can dominate using the method of dominance. You can delete one row or one column. So as a result, there will be only one element. But here it is, game is unstable and it's 2 by 2. Then both have to be say the equality. Both will satisfy the equilibrium condition. Now I will tell you. So these elements 2, minus 3, minus 3, 4. I will ask everybody. So there is, there is a negative elements. 2 negative elements are there, the symmetric. Now, so just to all the elements, I am adding a constant. Let me say my k equal to 3 or 4 or 5 or etc. Let me say I will start with 3. If I am adding 3, what will happen? This first element will be 5. The second element will be 0. The third element will be 0. And fourth element will be 7. Okay. So what will happen? If you add a constant, or subtract a constant, the value of the game we are adding. So the value of the game is increased by that amount. So earlier the value of the game was minus 1 by 12. Now the value of the game has to be minus 1 by 12 plus this amount. How much? It is 3 we are adding. So 3 must be added. So 3 means it is 36 minus 1. That will be 35 plus 35 by 12. Okay. Plus 35 by 12. Okay. So You are adding. So the value of the game. So what is happening to that? Because once you have added a constant, the value of the game, it was negative, now it is becoming positive. So from that you cannot now conclude, because from the original matrix you can conclude. So we have to get back the original matrix and you have to conclude. Okay. But see, once you have added this constant, the probability something like what we are finding x1, x2, y1, y2, that remain unchanged. There is no change to the probability, but the value of the game changed once you add a constant. So if you are using linear programming, so generally when there is, some negative elements, so it may happen the value of the game is negative or positive or 0. So if there is 0, so there is some technical problem. We'll discuss about that. So to avoid that difficulty, we have to make all the elements positive. So to make positive, what will happen? Either you have to add 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever you feel. Okay. So you can add, then you apply. And after finding the result, you subtract that constant, whatever you add. So if you subtract that constant, then you can find the original value of the game. But this probability will not change. Okay. So this is an unstable game we have discussed. Now we'll come to.
Sir.
Yes. Tell me.
Sir, expectation for A and B both are -1/12, so both are losing. I mean, one should win, one should lose, right?
No. See, this new is unique. 2 new you have not got. You have got only 1 new. See.
So that same new is only for symmetric, or asymmetric also new will be same?
No. See, you have not understood. So when we are saying the value of the game, if it is in positive sense, it is favoring A. If it is negative sense, it is favoring B. So if I am saying it is -1/12, so it is favoring B. Let us say B is getting that amount from A. So that it is becoming a 2-person zero-sum game. One is gaining, one is losing. If it is +1/12, then it is favoring B. So that amount is coming from B. Okay. So only 1 new. 2 news are not there. Only 1 new. Okay. So new is constant. That value of the game remains same. So it is 2-person zero-sum game. So it is not non-zero-sum game. For non-zero-sum game, there may be different. So here, but it is zero-sum game. New has to be same. Okay. You all right?
Sir, but no, sir, because X and Y we calculate the expectation for both X and Y, right? For A and B.
Yes.
Both are coming same. So that is my question. Like, expected gain for both is same loss.
No.
-1/12.
In the linear programming, so we are going to discuss. You will observe same thing. We will get same thing. Okay. So I will discuss about the general problem. So you just please wait for some time. Okay. So please remember, you will get the value of the game. So there are 2 problems. I told the primal and dual. In the linear programming, there are 2 problems. One is primal, another is linear, dual. Okay. Primal, let me say primal we are maximizing. Dual, what we are doing? Dual we are minimizing. Okay. See, it is a problem, linear programming problem, let me say. Primal and dual. So let me say both the problems are feasible, has an optimal solution. Then we say maximum value of the primal one is equal to minimum value of the dual one. Is it right? So maximum and minimum both are same. The objective functions are same. But however, this strategy, these variables, the variables are different. Okay. The value will be same. The new. Okay. So one, in some sense you are maximizing, in some sense you are minimizing. If dual you are minimizing, primal we are maximizing. So it will happen same thing. You will get the both are same value. That is giving new.
Okay, sir.
Now we have come to this is done. Now we have defined already the probability. So I have told already, say what is the goal of the player A? Player A is maximizing his minimum expected gain. Maximizing his minimum expected gain. And what is the goal of the player B? Minimizing his maximum expected loss. The loss he want to minimize, player B. So player A, he is maximizing his gain, minimum expected gain. Okay, so expected terms, and what we have calculated recently, that small problem, the 2 by 2 matrix. So the nu is minus 1 by 12. That is the expected value of the game, expected value, not the only value of the game, the expected value of the game. Okay. So now see here. So with respect to the term, what we have defined, we have defined term like, say, probability of playing first strategy for A1 equal to x1. So probability of using second strategy is x2, and so on, say. That is the last strategy, that is xm. These are the probability. This probability are non-negative because probability cannot be negative. So, and what else? What is the extra restriction? Sum of all x, x1 plus x2 plus xm equal to 1. This sum equal to 1. Okay. So this is the definition of the probability, what we have learned. Now, here we are talking about, so with respect to the payoff matrix, so the age expected payoff, how expected payoff will come. So let me say player B is playing fast strategy. Okay, playing, because of course probability is involved. So let me say the player B is playing his fast strategy. So first strategy means you will have column, first column. With respect to the first column, we have here, so A11 into x1 plus A21 into x2, okay, plus A31 into x3, and so on, say, plus AM1 into xm, this. So this first column and the respective variables x1, x2, xm, their product, then we have sum. So that is the expected payoff. This quantity, for this small example, we have taken as what? We have taken as new. Cannot be new because there are m number of columns, all cannot be new. Because what will happen? So we will define here, this may be whatever exactly you calculate, this may be new one. Okay. Now similarly, it is new one. Okay. Similarly, what is happening to this? So if B plays his second strategy, that is B2, what is the expected payoff? That is summation over I varies from 1 to m, ai2 into xi. Second column of the payoff matrix, respective variables x1, x2, xm, multiply, and the sum. This is our expected payoff. Okay. First column, we have taken what? We have taken new one. Second column, what is that? Is nothing but our new 2. Because same new cannot keep, because since it is a unstable game, so for 2 by 2, certainly they will be same. they are not becoming same, we cannot solve the problem. Okay, it has to be same. But here, so this new1, new2, etc. Which two are equal, which two are unequal, we do not know. So we'll write separately new1, new2, and similarly for the last column, if player B is playing his nth strategy, then we have summation over I varies from 1 to m, ain into xi, that is the last column. So inner product with all the variables like x1, x2, xm, then sum of that. Okay, this is the payoff. So first time it was new1 with respect to first column. Second column with respect to second column it is new2, and with respect to last column it is new n. Is it all right?
Sir, what is the relation between all the new 1 to new n?
Okay. See, what I have told earlier, you must have remembered. So minimax and max mean, individually you have calculated the expected value. Okay, expected value. Say, what is that? I told. So what is the player A's ambition? Maximize the minimum expected gain. Maximize the minimum expected gain. This maximize the minimum expected gain. Okay. So what we are finding here? So first one it is new1, second one is new2, last one is new n, right? Okay. So maximize the minimum of this one. Okay. So please write down one sentence for me. Write down minimize min within bracket minimize. Okay. min within bracket new1 comma new2 up to new n. Okay. All are different. So minimize. What will happen? We are minimizing what? Minimizing new1 within bracket. The argument is something like minimum of new1, new2 up to new n. Mathematically, if you are writing, how to write? How to express?
Min bracket vi.
So see, minimum of new1 comma new2 up to new n is equivalent to, so one saying minimum is this. This minimum equal to what? This minimum equal to our new. This minimum is equal to our new, yes or no? Minimum of the individual expected value is nothing but our new. That new we have to maximize. So you will write, you please write down. So new1, minimum of new1 comma new2 up to new n equal to all the things minimum equal to new. As a result, we can write new1. What is that? New1 that is greater than new, because minimum is new. Every individual. So this left hand side, whatever we're writing, this quantity. So this is our new one. This quantity, whatever I'm writing, summation over I varies from 1 to m, ai1 xi. This will be greater than equal to new. Now, second quantity, I varies from 1 to m, ai2 xi greater than equal to new. Then third quantity, the last quantity, summation over I varies from 1 to m, ain xi greater than equal to new. Can you write or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So once you have expressed in this manner, so this new we want to maximize. That is greater than equal to new, because you see, so this is the minimum gain. Minimum gain means, let me say, minimum gain equal to new. That new, the player A want to maximize as much as possible. So we'll write maximize new. Maximize new. subject to what? Summation over I varies from 1 to m, ai1 xi greater than equal to nu. Second one, summation over y varies from 1 to m, ai2 into xi greater than equal to nu. And the last one, summation over I varies from 1 to m, aim into xi greater than equal to nu. And that nu we want to maximize. Okay, that's all. So the problem is here. The problem is here. Okay, so see, I told you, you must write minimize. This quantity is nu one inside the bracket, whatever the nu one, then nu two, then nu n. So this we are writing separately. So minimum of this I varies from 1 to m, ai xi, summation over I varies from 1 to m, ai to xi, and so on. Say this, and this quantity, whatever we are there inside, this is nothing but our minimum of, so it is nu. So that nu we want to maximize. Okay, so and what is the extra restriction? Extra restriction is, say, sum of all the xm equal to 1 and this xi greater than equal to 0, right? This is all right. This is clear or not? If you say yes, we'll proceed. Otherwise, we'll repeat here again. Because we are going to formulate a linear programming model. Okay, this.
It's okay, sir. Got it.
This is okay. You got it. So now this is the problem. Whatever we are finding, this is the problem. Whatever we are finding, this is for the problem player A. Now, similarly, we will find a problem for player B. Okay. Say, how do you find? Now, it is a payoff matrix of size m by n. Earlier, we were taking columns, first column, second column, third column, etc. Now, for the player B, we are taking the row wise. Okay, row wise for the first row, second row, third row, etc. Then we are calculating the expected value. So this expected value, okay, so are nothing but the loss. We are first thinking about the maximum loss, and this maximum loss must be minimized. So if it is maximum, you see earlier for the minimum, every particular term has to be greater than equal to nu for minimum. For the maximum, if you are thinking about the same nu, so this individual term has to be, earlier it was greater than equal to nu, and this has to be maximum, it has to be less than equal to nu, because the maximum value. So minimum value has to be, if I'm saying this is minimum, the minimum value has to be at least greater than equal to nu, but here it has to be less than equal to nu. That nu has to be minimized. Okay, and what is the extra restriction? Sum of these variables y1, y2, yn, they are equal to 1, and all these y, of course, they are positive. So if I'm including 0, no harm. So this one, first one is for the player A, second one for the player B. Two problems we are discussing parallelly. So now, how to simplify this problem? So I will tell you one thing. So the payoff matrix, these elements are, the payoff matrix, these elements are sometimes positive, sometimes negative, sometimes 0. And it is given the game is unstable. Unstable. Once it is unstable, we are going to use probability, and we are going to use linear programming model, linear programming formulation. Okay. So since there are some elements positive, negative, 0, so chance maybe this value of the game is becoming 0, maybe negative, maybe positive. 0, negative, positive. If it is becoming 0, then it is becoming a problem for us. So using linear programming will not be so simple. So we have to make the value of the game to positive. So we have to add a constant to all the elements of the payoff matrix. So to make all the elements positive, so 0, if there is negative, there is a crisis, but only positive 0, there is no harm. The value of the game cannot be 0. But if negative elements are there, the value of the game can be 0. Okay. So we have to be careful. So we are going to add some positive constant so that all the elements will be either 0 or positive, negative. So we'll avoid negative elements. Okay, this. So then what we should do? So then we'll solve. Here, this is another small problem. Say, what is that? Because sometimes, we have to use the graphical method, because graphical method is a tool for solving two variable problem. So if there are two variables problem, so we can use graphical methods. So here, this is a game is given. So the elements are, as you see, there are 2 rows and 3 columns. The player A has 2 strategy A1, A2. Player B, there are 3 strategy B1, B2, B3. And as you know, we are introducing probability of using first strategy equal to x1, probability of using second strategy equal to x2. So x1 plus x2 equal to 1, and x1, x2 are non-negative. Or you can write, since there are 2, you can write one is x1, other is 1 minus x1. One is x1, other is 1 minus x1. And similarly, so b1, b2, b3, so the probability is y1, y2, y3. Here we are not going to change. So this is helping us. This a1, a2, one is we are naming as x1. So probability of using a1 equal to x1, probability of using strategy a2 equal to 1 minus x1. Okay, this. So what is the payoff matrix? 1, minus 3, 7, first 2 elements, 2, 4, minus 6. Now, if I'm checking the problem, whether the game is stable or unstable, what is the conclusion? So first row minimum is 3, second row minimum is 6, and maximum equal to minus 3. First column maximum is 2, second column maximum is 4, third column maximum is 7. So minimum is 2.
Unstable, sir.
Unstable game. So since it is unstable, so other than the stable method we are using, so we are using a graphical method. Okay. So what is the graphical method? So see here. The expected payoff when B plays his first strategy. So if B is playing his first strategy, you see here, B first strategy is B1, second strategy is B2, third strategy is B3. So this will be something like, so 1 into x1 plus 2 into x2. So 2 into 1 minus x1. If B is using second strategy, so minus 3 into x1 plus 4 into x2, that is plus 4 into 1 minus x2. If B is using third strategy, that is 7 into x1, so minus 6 into 1 minus x1. Okay, this. So in this manner, we'll find the expected value. So this expected value, you see here, this expected value B1 is becoming 1 into x1 plus 2 into 1 minus x1. If you simplify, that is minus x1 plus 2. So for second strategy, that is minus 3x1 plus 4 into 1 minus x1. This will be minus 7x1 plus 4. And B3, if you're using third strategy, 7 into x1 minus 6 into 1 minus x1, that is equal to 13x1 minus 6. Okay, this. So as I told, what is happening to this? So I have told already earlier. So with respect to this type of problem, we find the minimum of the SPAF, that is minus x1 plus 2 minus 7x1 plus 4 minus 13x1 minus 6. Minus 13x1 minus 6. Okay, this minimum. Whatever the minimum, we like to maximize further. So whatever the minimum, we like to maximize it further. Okay, so we are not using linear programming, we are using graphical method. So now how to select the graph? So here, as you know, our x1, so x1 and 1 minus x1, they are the probability for using strategy A1 and A2 respectively. So something you can say here, this x1 or x, you can say also x varies in the interval 0 and 1. Okay, x varies in the interval 0 and 1. So now, so only one x1 is there. So you can say it is varying in the interval 0 and 1. So this value minus x1 plus 2 minus 7x1 plus 4, that is 13x1 minus 6, these values all are, these are nothing but the new. This new we have to minimize. Okay, this is the new. Okay, so now we have to draw graph. There are variables like new and x1. So with respect to the variation 0 to 1, so we'll draw the graph. The graphs is like this. So when x1 equal to 0, new equal to 2, when x1 equal to 1, the new equal to 1. Okay, so when x1 equal to 0, new equal to 2, when x1 equal to 1, then our new equal to 1. For second case, when x1 equal to 0, then new equal to 4, and when our x1 equal to 1, minus 3. And the last case, when x1 equal to 0, so new equals minus 6 and x1 equal to 7. Okay, these three. So now the graphs we can draw here in this manner. This x1, this is the x1 axis, and this is actually our new. Okay, this is the new. Now with respect to the first one, so x1 equal to 0, 0 is here, and let us say 1 is here, 0 is here, 1 is here, and we have something like, so the first what we are drawing, and B1, so that is 2 and 1, B1 2 and 1, so this is the 1, 2 and 1, this is the line. Now similarly, that is for the B2, that is 0 means it is 4 and minus 3, 4 and minus 3. So you can see here. So B2, for B2 it is 4, for 0 it is 4, and for 1 it is minus 3, somewhere here. Okay, this minus 3. So this is the line where now for third one, you see here, sorry, third one, so it is for 0 it is minus 6, for 1 it is 7, so it is like this. So minus 6 and 7, so it is minus 6 and 7, so 7 is somewhere here top. Okay, like this. So we are drawing the graph. See the top one, B1, the expected pay up, what about the fee? You know, if the player B is paying the first strategy. So in the lower envelope, not upper envelope, this is the lower envelope. There is the point of intersection. The point of intersection. So with respect to this, we have here. So what is that? When we are saying, so x1 equal to in the x-axis, when x1 equal to half. So x1 equal to half, what is happening to this? Just here, x1 equal to, this is the point of intersection. So point of intersection of the B2 and B3. So this is half and half. So B2 and B3. So B2 and B3. So this x1 equal to half. So that is 4 minus 3 by 2. That is half. And here 13 by 2 minus 6. That is also half. That is giving the value of the nu. So what we are finding, this intersection, the nu equal to half and our x1 equal to half. X1 equal to half means x2 also equal to half, because x2 equal to 1 minus x1. So this is the point of intersection. Okay. So now what about the B1? B1 we have not used. So B1 is not useful in the sense B1 in the above. We are talking about the lower envelope. For this type of game, we consider the lower envelope, not the upper envelope. So the lower envelope give the solution, this point of intersection, but this upper one is not useful. So this, and we are interested to know what is the value of the optimal strategy for the player B. Okay, so we find the minimum of 3 expected payoff correspond to the lower portion of the graph marked by the vertical lines. Thus the maximum occurs at x equal to half and the value of the game equal to nu equal to half corresponding to ordinate. Now B plays this strategy like say y1, y2, y3. By the graph above, we find B should play the strategy. So find B should play the strategy B1 with probability 0. Why? It is not useful. So the probability of using strategy B1 equal to 0. Once you are saying it is 0, now we are interested to find the other two. Okay, other two in this manner. So we have y1 0 into y1. Okay, this is probability. So this is minus 3 into y2. If one of them is 0, we are considering, so you can drop that one. So the first column we can drop, minus 3 into y2, okay, plus 7 into 1 minus y2. If it is y2, then other one is 1 minus y2. So then this is coming as, so minus 10 y2 plus 7. Okay, now similarly the other one, that is 4 y2 minus 6 into 1 minus y2, that is 10 y2 minus 6. Okay, this we want to solve. If you are solving this, what we are finding, our y1, y2 we are finding in this manner. y2 equal to 13 by 20, y2 equal to 7 by 20, they are sum equal to 1. Now if you are going to calculate the value of the game equal to, so same as, because the game is, value of the game is unique, so this is coming as half. Okay, this. So what I want to say, here also we can solve this problem using the graphical method. For the graphical method, there is some restriction. What is the restriction? The restriction is like that. So the game has to be two rows. Okay, 2 rows or 2 column also, because you can take the transpose and proceed. So 2 rows. The column, there is no restriction for the column, but it has to be 2 rows. Now in the same problem, so if you are going to solve it using graphical method, sorry, linear programming method, how to proceed? We'll proceed in this manner. So this quantity So this minimum equal to new. That new we want to maximize further. So maximize new subject to the restriction minus x1 plus 2 is greater than equal to new minus 7x1 plus 4 greater than equal to new 13 x1 minus 6 greater than equal to new, and what else? That is this our x1, okay, this x1 non-negative. And what about the new? But new, since there are negative quantity is involved in the payoff matrix, so this new we cannot say it is positive. It can be negative, it can be zero also, because we do not know. So now, but we can formulate the linear programming model. Okay, this.
Sir,
Yes.
what happened to the strategy B1? Like it was above the lower envelope, so we did not get a point there. But how did we conclude that Y1 should be 0?
See, I'm telling. So this B1, so it is not contributing. It has no role in the sense. So sorry, it has no role. Sorry, this is. This B1 you can see here, because I told we have to think about the lower envelope, not the upper envelope. Okay, okay, lower envelope. So once it is lower envelope, so what is happening to this one? So already you got the value of the game equal to what?
Half.
Half. So value of the game equal to half. So this point we have got. So now if you are thinking about the B1, will it give half any times? Because half is what?
No, sir,
Because
it will never give.
Never give. So that we drop. Okay. So now this B2 and B3, B2 and B3, so they are contributing, but B cannot contribute. That is the reason we drop. Okay, that's all.
Sir, suppose B1 was intersecting at, I mean, below the half point, then we will get 2 points. Then also we'll get one maximum, which is again leaving out one strategy, right?
No, that is okay. So these hypothetical things, because so many other possibilities to come. So here, why such examples are selected? Because we are talking about the graphical method. Okay. So when we say about the graphical methods, so the graphical method means we will change to two variable problem. So two variable to change to one variable problem. Now where say one is our x1 axis, say other is our say new. Okay, we are drawing graph accordingly and we are calculating. So now you say that it should be below. Okay, it should be below, right? Okay, now take such cases. Suppose say this B1 is something like we are getting here. Okay, B is now, so once it is like this, we'll have the lower envelope. Okay, lower envelope means this will not consider. The lower envelope is lower, not the upper. Okay, so this is the upper envelope. Okay, lower envelope, once the line is like this, lower envelope, so envelope, lower envelope. So if it is maybe this point of intersection is this, okay, this, then what will happen to this B1? So the B1 is also passing through this point. So then it may happen. Maybe suppose we can find also, right? You will see such example.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm saying in any case, one constraint has to be left, because unless the intersection is of all 3 lines.
So if I'm telling, if it is something like the intersection, it may happen. So because you will check that using the method of dominance, we are able to remove one column. Okay. Now see this example. Okay. So the payoff matrix, it is a 2x2 matrix. Okay, 2x2 matrix. So the payoff matrix, say don't calculate using this. The earlier way also we have calculated. Okay. So what is the value of the game? Both two are negative, two are positive. It is also symmetric. What is the value of the game?
0.
Value of the, and what are the probability?
Half half.
Half. So half we're giving 0. So are able to, because since it is first thing, it is a symmetric game. Symmetric means symmetric answer. But the value of the game, so here locally it is becoming 0. But if I'm saying symmetric, it is something like say 5 minus 1 minus 1. Okay, this. So then the probabilities are different. Okay, so you have to calculate accordingly.
Okay, sir.
This.
Sir, you were also discussing that if the value of the game is negative, then what is the problem? No problem.
Okay, now we are coming to the next example. So you'll see that if negative, what is happening? Okay, right?
Okay.
Okay. See, this I was telling about the solution by linear programming method. Okay. So whatever you have discussed, so this is related to the graphical method, and we have also formulated the linear programming. Okay. Now there are problems. One problem for the player A, another problem for the player B. Two problems. Okay. So we have see, if you just go back, we have stopped somewhere here, right? We have stopped somewhere here. This is the player A's problem, and this is the player B's problem. Okay, two problems. There are two different problems. So these two problems we are going to discuss. Okay, this and that. Okay, right? This is for the player A and this is for the player B. So now, see, I have told, now we will discuss about the linear programming method to solve the game. So this minimum of the first column PF, because if the player B is selecting his first column, so that is, let us say, this is the expected payoff. Now, if it's selecting second column, this is the expected payoff, and if he's selecting the nth column, this is the expected. Okay, so payoff. Okay, so this payoff, whatever. So we are naming this altogether the minimum. That minimum he is interested to maximize. Okay, this. So the minimum. So once we are saying it's minimum, individually each of them. So okay. So that is summation over I varies from 1 to m. AI1 xi is greater than or equal to nu. Okay, this nu. And how many such columns are there? There are n such column. So all of them are like this. Okay, this. And what else? Now this new we have to maximize. Okay, this new we have to maximize. Say once we are saying this new we have to maximize. So what we will do? This new will try to simplify further. So in some manner, how will simplify? So let me say in a linear programming problem, the elements are there Aij. So some are negative, some are positive, some are 0. So add a constant to make all the elements either 0 or positive. So all 0 certainly it is meaningless. So positive 0, this is always fine. So or you can make all positive, this is fine. But see, this, that is the primary work we must do. After that we proceed. Okay. So once we are adding a constant, the value of the game is changing, increased by that constant. Okay. The value of the game is increased by that constant because you are adding. So, and what about the optimal strategy? Optimal strategy, the probability will not change. Now, what we'll do here, we like to maximize z equal to nu. Maximize z equal to nu. Now, so since I have already added some constant to the payoff matrix, so the value of the new value the new value of the new is positive. Positive cannot be 0, cannot be negative. It is positive. So if it is negative, there is a crisis. If it is 0, there is a crisis. So it is, we are saying it is positive. Now maximize a objective function. That objective function equal to new. And what about the constants? The constants we are writing in this form. Okay. New less than equal to summation over I varies from 1 to n aij xi. Okay. This constant and these constants are same. So we are writing so in this form. Okay. So j varies from 1 to n. Okay. This and sum of the decision variables, sum of the variables equal to 1 and xj non-negative. And so here, if you are not adding, we will write in this manner. So here, this new, you can simply drop. New is positive. So now new is positive. Okay. So now maximize new is equivalently, so it is minimize 1 by new. Maximize new equal to, so minimize 1 by new. Okay. I'm repeating again. So maximize new is same as minimize 1 by new because that new has to be positive. This. So what we will do here? So this new, since it is a constant, let me say it is a positive constant, we divide throughout. So after dividing throughout, so we'll rename the variables, and we'll write in this form. Say, sorry.
Xi by new.
Yes. Okay. So similarly, so this is actually problem for the player A. This is for the problem for the player B. Two are writing separately. Okay. So for this, so it will be like this. So here, this is minimize because it is another one. There is minimize W equal to new. So what we will do? So this minimum, so we can write further. So minimum of new equal to maximize 1 by new. Okay, this. So in this form we can write, and finally
one is primal, one is dual.
No, see, there is some simplification is required. So I like to mention the simplification. So one is primal, another is dual, of course. So here, what do we do? So this new, so new, whatever we are writing this new, so maximize z equal to new, that is minimize 1 over new. So this new, so since x1 plus x2 plus xm, this is equal to 1. So this is 1 by new into 1 equal to 1. Oh, sorry, it's 1 by new. 1 by new into 1 equal to 1 by new. Okay. Now, what we'll do, once you are dividing by this, both sides, so this xi by new, xi are nothing but the probability. Xi by new is a different variable. So we can name as capital Xi. Okay. So capital Xi. So this will be minimize the objective function. This will be, so we can write here capital X1 plus capital X2 plus capital Xm. This, that is subject to, so this will be summation over I varies from 1 to m aij into capital Xi, this quantity that is greater than equal to 1. This is, this quantity. Okay, this quantity, this is so new is this less, okay, is greater than equal to 1 because we have divided. And what about the variables? The capital X1, capital X2 up to capital XM, they are non-negative. This. Similarly, so the second problem, so this will be, so same thing you can write. Let me say small y1 by nu equal to capital Y1. Another variable, small y2 by nu is capital Y2. So if you write in this form, this minimize nu, you can write maximize 1 by nu. Say 1 by nu you can write capital Y1 plus capital Y2 up to capital Yn, subject to Aij, summation over I j varies from 1 to n, Aij into Yj, capital Yj. This is less than equal to 1, and this quantity already we have included there. So all these y's are non-negative. Okay, so this is becoming, say, two problems. One is becoming for the primal, another is becoming for the dual. Okay, so with respect to this, now it is a very simple problem. So we like to analyze how to solve this problem. See here. So there are three strategies for player A, three strategies for the player B. So the elements are 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 4, 0, 3, 0. So can you guess anything? So is it a stable game or unstable game? So minimum 0, 0, 0 and maximum 2, 3, 4, it is 2. So it is an unstable game, right? 2, 3, 4. So it is an unstable game. Now this unstable game, you are formulating linear programming. So how to formulate linear programming? This linear programming formulation. So like this. Say I can write this one, maximize z or nu, this equal to, so we have based on the earlier formulation this remain. So their sum equal to 1, and of course this all the elements are 0 or positive. So there is nothing you can write about the nu. So then we have the B's problem is like this. So two different problems. Now we like to solve it. Okay. So here, see, if you are going to solve, see there is a equality conditions. So when y1, y2, y3 equality condition. So you say that you may use also this two-phase method. So, but now if I am going to use the linear programming method, so how to proceed? Okay, so how to proceed? So we'll proceed in this manner. So this problem, we are saying it is a second look to the linear programming problem. So now this problem, better if once you are saying nu is non-zero, so 1 by z is 1 by nu. Okay, so I already told some of these variable like x1, x2, x3 equal to 1. So
what if nu is negative?
Which one?
Nu can be negative, right?
Nu. So this problem, what it is given, this nu cannot be negative because 0 or positive. So nu cannot be negative. Okay. So if negative elements are there, so there is chance that nu will be okay.
Okay.
Sir, in the beginning you said no that if nu is 0 or negative, there will be crisis. What crisis?
I told, see here, maximize z equal to minimize 1 over z. Okay. So maximize z equal to minimize 1 over z. So z equal to our nu. So 1 by nu, once 0 is nu equal to 0, say 1 by nu, how to define? Okay. So nu has to be strictly positive. Okay. So because again we are dividing by new also. So once new is becoming 0, this will create problem. Okay, this will create problem. This. So now here what we do, just see. So maximize z equal to our new. So maximize z equal to new. So maximize new equal to minimize 1 over new. Okay, minimize 1 over new. So and this one new minus this by new. Okay, so this quantity. So new minus this and greater than equal to 1. Okay, we are saying. So once you are dividing both sides, what will happen to this one? So once you are dividing, so this quantity. So if you are dividing, this will be simply, so you can see here. So x1 by, if I equal to 1, so x1 by new you can write capital X1. So x2 by new you can write capital X2 and so on say. So and what about the new? So new equal to, so sum of our capital Xi equal to 1 by new. Okay. So once you are taking the reciprocal, so new equal to 1 over summation over all the Xi. Okay, this. So as a result, this problem we can formulate in this manner. Minimize 1 over z. This equal to summation over, okay, summation over I, Xi. This Xi are not the probability because this is after the transformation. Okay, this subject to summation over I varies from 1 to m, Aij into Xi greater than equal to 1, j varies from 1 to n, this. Okay, so this is same as we will simply minimize the objective function equal to Xi, summation over I varies from 1 to n Xi, subject to Aij into Xi greater than equal to 1 and this. Now, so from this, how to find the value of the game? I would like to explain. Okay, how to find the value of the game? So this is a linear programming problem. So this linear programming problem, so we will find what? So we'll find the objective function value and value of the decision variables. So we'll find the objective function value equal to sum of all the x, capital Xi. So x1, x2 up to xn. Okay, and this after summing the value, this value whatever we are finding, this is becoming 1 by new. So once you got 1 by new, take the reciprocal, sum of this value equal to 1 by new. So after taking the reciprocal, you will get the value of the new. Then how to find the original, that is small x1, small x2, small xn, etc. So I have already mentioned, so small x1 by new equal to capital X1. Okay, so small x1 by new equal to capital X1. So capital X1 into new equal to small x1. Okay, so once you have got the capital X1, capital X2, capital Xm, so you can find small x1, small x2, small xm, and sum of this value whatever we have got, that is the value of the 1 over the reciprocal value of the game. So this has to be non-zero. So this is, you are writing, let us say this value is coming as 1 by 5. Okay, so this quantity is coming as 1 by 5. So our new equal to 5. Take the reciprocal. So once we are finding the new equal to new value we are finding, so all this x1, small x2, small xn, you can find after multiplying. So capital X1 into new. Okay, capital X1 into new equal to small x1, etc. Okay, same rule you can apply to find the value of the dual variables. Okay, so here also, as you observe, similarly you can put in this manner, and we want to maximize this. So now two problem, one is maximization type, another is minimization type. So what we'll do? So one is for this problem, for the variable involving y, this problem is maximization type, other problem is minimization type. So this maximization type problem, you can use primal simplex method. The minimization type problem, you can use dual simplex method. So once this is there, so you can find the solution. So one of the problem if you are solving, then you can find the answer of the other problem using the complementary slackness principle. Okay, so if some of the Aij are negative, we add a constant, say positive constant, to each of the Aij, so that the new Aij are all positive. Then after solving the value of the game, it is after solving the value of the game is obtained by subtracting the same constant k. See here, the same problem we are again repeating. So we got the problem, the modified problem, modified problem directly. So I'm just giving you the, sorry. This problem, that is 2 first row 200, second row 004, third row 200,004, 030. This is the problem. Okay, now we are going to formulate linear programming model. So I am directly coming to this one. For the this is actually a problem for the B. For the B's problem, what we are going to do? Maximize y1 plus y2 plus y3. These are not the probability vector. These are something else. After subject to what is the restriction? 2y1 less than equal to 1, 4y3 less than equal to 1, 3y2 less than equal to 1, and these are okay. So since it is a very elementary problem, so no need of using simplex method. Okay, now what I'm doing here, so with respect to this problem, we got this y1 equal to half, y3 equal to 1 by 4, y2 equal to 1/3. These three variables we have got. See, their sum is not equal to 1, other than 1. Now, with respect to this sum, we'll find the new. Now you add half 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4. So if you add, how much you are finding? Right? Tell me, what is the sum? Half 1/3, that is 5 by 6 plus
23
1
by
by
24.
23 by
24.
24. Okay. 23 by 24. Now, so this 23 by 24, so this sum, so this sum equal to 23 by 24. I told, so they are reciprocal. They are reciprocal is the value of the game. Say, now what is the value of the game? Reciprocal. Yes. How much?
Sorry, sir, 26 by 24. So that is 13 by 12. So reciprocal is 12 by 13.
12 by 13. Right?
Yes, sir.
12 by 13 the reciprocal. Okay, right. Say 12 by 13 is the reciprocal. Now, so with respect to this 12 by 13. So now we are finding the value of the game equal to how much?
Reciprocal is the value, sir.
Reciprocal, how much you got?
12 by 13.
12 by 13. Okay. So value of the game equal to 12 by 13. Now the small y1 equal to half into 12 by 13. How much?
6 by 13.
Half. Yes. 6 by 13. 6 by 13. Then, so next, the
4 by
small, that is 4 by 13, and that is 3 by 13. 6 plus 4 plus 3. So together it is 1. So this quantity, so we are finding from here. So the value of the game equal to the new is becoming something like 1 over sum of y1, y2, y3, that is 12 by 13. Okay, this new. And y1 equal to capital Y1 into new 6 by 13. Y2 equal to capital Y2 into new 4 by 13. Say y3 equal to capital 3 into new, that is 3 by 13. So this completes the answer. Now, similarly, so we have a problem for the player A. So is it a symmetric matrix?
No.
It is not symmetric matrix. So, but as I told, the value of the game will not change. Value of the game remains same. Okay, value of the game is 12 by 13. Now we have got x1 equal to half, x2 equal to 1 by 4, x3 equal to 1/3. So with respect to this, we have small x1 equal to 6 by 13. Okay, small x2 equal to 3 by 13. Okay, it was y2 was 4 by 13. Then small x3 equal to 4 by 13. Okay, there is slight changes. So since the game is not symmetric, so this is the answer. So next one. This is another problem. So we like to complete this one also. So this problem, so what you are observing, is it stable or unstable?
Unstable.
Unstable. Now what I am doing, so as I already mentioned, we add a constant to all the elements. So if you add a constant, the value of the game is increased by that constant. Okay, so now 2 is becoming 8, minus 3 is becoming 3, and 4 is becoming 10. Similarly, second row elements 3, 10, 1, and third row elements 10, 1, 12. Okay, this. So with respect to this problem, we are formulating the linear programming. We are formulating the linear programming model. There is the, see, actually this problem is no longer we are considering this problem. So this problem, the value of the game is different. Whatever the value of the game will increase by 6, and since all the elements are positive, the value of the game cannot be negative or 0. So, and the optimal strategy, probability of using strategy A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, there is no change, it remains same. So this, you know, this matrix is symmetric. Symmetric or not? It is symmetric.
Yes.
Symmetric. So since it is symmetric, we observe we have symmetric solution. Whatever the probability for the player A, and same probability we use for the player B. Okay, this. Now we have two problems. This is a problem for the player A. This is another problem for player B. See, these problems, so though they are linear programming problems, there is much difficulty in the sense this objective function coefficients are all 1, 1, 1. Okay, you can see here 1, 1, 1. And in the right hand side, the vector, that constant, you know, 1, 1, 1. Okay, this. So we observe these changes here. So now to solve this problem, there is no other trick. So for first one, you have to use the dual simplex method. For the second one, we use the primal simplex method and we solve the problem. If you solve one of the problem, other problem answer is complete. Okay, so either first one or second one, it depends on your choice. So these two problems we have to solve. Say one of them is enough to find the answer. So here, if I am solving this problem, okay, now don't ask how to solve this problem. So we are solving the problem. So we find the value of the game. The value of the game equal to 6. Okay, 6 is coming as 6. And once we have got the value of the game equal to 6, we can find the y1, y2, y3. Say what is this is not the in the capital Y1. This is small y1, small y2. So once we have this, we can find the capital Y1 also. Okay, the capital Y1. So small y1 is given, you can find capital Y1. Small x1 is given, you can find capital X1. Okay, this, but here our observation is, so the value of the game, the new value of the game was 6, but once you subtract that constant, whatever you have added, so that is our k was 6, so this is becoming 0. Okay, and this x1, x2, x3, this is becoming 1/4, half, 1/4. So now see this problem. This. So here, if you are talking about the A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, so A is interested to maximize his minimum gain. B is interested to minimize his maximum loss. Okay, this. So if I am using this probability like say 1/4, half, half, 1/4, half, half. Sorry, 1/4, half, 1/4, because sum equal to 1. 1/4, half, 1/4. So what is the value of the new? Okay, this is 2 into 1/4 minus 0. Now second column also 0.
Yes, sir.
Third column also 0. And if you say about the first row, second row, third row, they are also becoming 0. So now here we have verified that value is coming 0. Now you think about the second one, this one. Now we are thinking about the value of the game, how much it is. So calculate. Say 1/4, half, 1/4. So how much? It is coming 6. So second column also 6. Third column is also 6. Okay. So this is coming 10, 12. That is 10, 12 means it is how much?
2.5, 0.5, and then again 3. So 3 plus 3, 6.
6. Okay. So this. So similarly, row wise also it is becoming 6. So this is the clue. This symmetrics problem. The symmetrics problem has symmetric answer. Okay. So I will not repeat. So what you do when there is a payoff matrix, so you check whether the game is stable or unstable. If it is stable, then no need of using the mixed strategy. Directly you solve, find the value of the game, find the saddle point, and what are the optimal strategy you mention based on the saddle point. If it is unstable, you solve it using the method of dominance or method of graphical method or maybe linear programming method or by any method. Okay, if it is unstable. So ideal is the linear programming method, as you know. So that's all. So we have completed the syllabus, but what I want to say, I want to take a test that is about the last test. So is it possible the coming Tuesday or maybe, or you want to prepare when it will be ideal? Just tell me.
Sir, in April first week or something.
6th April.
6th April, what is the day?
Tuesday, sir.
Tuesday. Okay. So 6th April. So 6th April. So that is 5 o'clock. Is you all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
6th April, 5 o'clock. So the syllabus is the transportation problem, the assignment problem, and the game theory. Okay. So right. So this completes. So maybe if after that we may have some bye if required. Okay. Right. So coming Monday. So Monday, Tuesday you prepare. Okay. So I will not take any class. Okay. So if somebody has some doubt, you can tell me. I will just discuss about that. Okay. How many students are there just now? Can you please?
Around 50.
Only. So means only 50 students are participating. Rest are not participating. Okay. Thank you. So we have it is completed. So and actually what we realized, without Blackboard, so very difficult to anything you want to make type or scan or